A coffee shop sells a ceramic refill mug for $8.95. Each refill costs $1.50. Last month, Rose spent $26.95 on a mug and refills. How many refills did she buy? So, what we're focusing on here is building equations. And when it comes to building equations, there's three major elements of the word problem that you want to be able to identify. Okay? So, one of the elements would be the total. That's probably the first element that you want to try to find because typically you'll have a constant as the total in the problem. Okay, you also want to be able to identify the variable, okay, something that is unknown in the problem, essentially. And not only that, but you want to be able to find another constant that's not the total, something that is typically an upfront cost, a number that's not changing based on any type of variability. So essentially what you want is typically a constant on one side, not all the time, but you'll also have a variable term as well. All right, let's try to make sense of all this here in the problem. Here we have an upfront cost where you buy the mug for $8.95. Okay. We also have a total. We know that she spent, a total of $26.95. So that we can at least fill into the equation underneath total, right? And then we have, again, that constant. We can write that in here, $8.95. Okay. And additionally, we know that each refill that she buys, and this is variable. Each refill, we don't know how many refills that she purchased, but we do know that they cost $1.50 each. And the $1.50 is essentially going to be your that's going to be your coefficient. So we'll put $1.50 here, and each refill, we'll call that R. Okay. You know what? Let's just use X. That looks a little bit cleaner. $1.50 X. Okay. So really, what we have is 8.95 plus 1.5x equals 26.95. So there's our equation, and if you read it out, we have the $8.95 up front that we pay for the mug, our $1.50 per refill, okay? So per refill, and that's really what a variable term sounds like. It's usually each or per, and that's a multiplication variable term. And then it all equals the total of what Rose spent in the month, $26.95. And this is how you write equations. Okay, and then you would just carry out all of the normal algebraic strategies to solve for equations, right? In order to solve for the unknown, you would want to subtract out the constant of that 895. Okay, so when you do that, you do 26.95 and you subtract out the 895 and you're left with 18. So now we have this equation. We have 1.5x equals 18. So essentially what you've done is subtract out the cost of, the upfront, the ceramic mug, right? And so what we do know now is that all of our refills combined added up to $18, okay? And now we can just divide out the coefficient, okay? We're going to divide the 18 by 1.5, okay? So x is going to equal whatever that is, and that's going to be 12. So Rose basically bought